York Attorney General Letitia James is now the subject of Department of Justice investigation over some of her real estate dealings. She's reportedly being accused of listing a home in Virginia as her primary residence and putting down her dad as her husband on the mortgage applications. Last month, the Federal Housing Finance Agency referred Letitia James for possible DOJ prosecution. Here's part of the statement. Based on media reports, Letitia James falsified bank documents and property records to acquire government-backed assistance and loans and more favorable loan terms. Well, Letitia James calls those allegations baseless. In fact, last night she was heckled about them at a town hall meeting. You got to see it.
How does it feel to know that you will be in prison for mortgage fraud?
Thank you for coming.
All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this because we got some breaking news that the DOJ launches criminal probe into New York AG Letitia James over this alleged mortgage fraud. I really don't even know why it's alleged, because it's documented that this woman is a fraud. She's a liar. This woman lied and said that she was married to her own father, Robert James. They even got that document with her father's name on it. I mean, how low can you go to say that you married to your own father? Then you lied about your apartment building, saying that you got 4 when you really had 5. And not only that, she just had a town hall where a guy absolutely called her out to her face, pretty much saying, hey, you getting ready to go to prison because you went after Donald Trump for no reason. Now look at the situation you in. So we definitely about to get ready and cover all this. I got the article for y'all. I got some video clips I need to show y'all that just went down. But Letitia James is done. She is finished. Not only that, even yesterday, if you haven't seen the video from yesterday, make sure you watch it. I will leave it at the end of this video or in the top pinned comment section, where she's trying to use $10 million of taxpayer funds to pay her legal fees. Yes, this is what this woman trying to do, trying to make taxpayers pay her legal fees and using $10 million of taxpayer funds to pay her legal fee. That is insane. This woman went after Donald Trump. Donald Trump had to come up with his own money. Letitia James need to come up with her own money to pay her own legal fees, not using taxpayer funds. So we about to dive straight into it. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support, and shout out to the ones that always stay to the very end, and the ones that let me know in the comment section that you did watch the entire video. I really, really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into it. So, as y'all can see on the screen, it say FBI opens formal criminal probe into New York AG Letitia James over alleged mortgage fraud. So let's go on down and check this out so y'all can see exactly what else is going on. Let me bring it down. All right. Hello. It says the FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office in Albany have launched a criminal investigation into mortgage fraud claims against New York Attorney General Letitia James. A source familiar with the probe told the Post. The investigation, first reported by the Albany Times-Union, followed a request that the Justice Department investigate James, sent by Federal Housing Finance Agency Director William Putte to the Justice Department last month. New York Northern District, where Putte referred, was steered, it led by U.S. Attorney John Sarcone III, an ally of President Trump. So as y'all can see this on the screen where she signed her signature, you can see at the top, right in here, it's a Robert James. That's her father. This woman lied and said she was married to her own father. And that's the reason why I said, how low can you go to say that you married to your own father? And you can see the name right down here at the bottom. Let me make sure that y'all can see it on the screen. Let me bring it up some. So as y'all can see right here, it's a Robert James and Letitia James, his wife. Look at that. Robert James and Letitia James, his wife. Robert James is her freaking father. But she keep going around saying that that what Donald Trump is doing, oh, this is baseless. They lying on me. He just on a revenge tour. Woman, you ran on saying you was going to get Donald Trump. You ran on saying, I'm a find something about him. I'm going to sue him. You ran on saying this. This is insane. And this is another one, like part of the document right here. When she said that was her principal residence, say, I hereby declare that I intend to occupy this property as my primary resident. And then you see at the top, it pretty much was Norfolk, Virginia. She pretty much saying she was going to stay in Norfolk, Virginia, but she never did. She still resided in New York. So like I said, it was all a freaking lie. So let's go down and say Representative Elise Stefanik, who reps the district where the investigation was initiated, commended the FBI and Albany prosecutors. The investigation to Letitia James is a vital step towards justice. The Republican Congresswoman said in a statement, "I will continue to fight to expose New York corruption, protect constitutional rights, and hold these failed Democrat leaders in New York accountable." Pute's letter alleged James falsified records to obtain favorable loans on a home she purchased in 2023 in Virginia and a Brooklyn brownstone she owned since 2001. So we going down some more. It say the Democrat also alleged indicated the Virginia home would be her principal residence while acting as New York's top cop, and that she misrepresented the number of units in her Brooklyn residence. Ms. James, for both property listed above, appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms, Pute told Attorney General Pam Bundy. And like I said, as we going over there, it's just funny how she went after Donald Trump for this, trying to say, oh, Donald Trump overpriced Mar-a-Lago is only worth $18 million. Something is wrong with them. Her and that corrupt Judge Engoron. So, and the thing about it, she did this 40 days before she launched the investigation into President Trump, trying to say he was a fraud and all of this. And everything she accused Donald Trump of doing, she was the one doing it. She was the one doing it. Everything she accused Donald Trump of doing, she was the one doing it. You know why Letitia James was doing it? Because she thought Joe Biden was going to win and she was going to continue to get away with this corruption. That's why she kept doing it. She thought the Democrats were going to stay in power and that was going to either send President Trump to jail, because, you know, a lot of them wanted President Trump to get taken out. But she really wanted to get Donald Trump put in prison so he couldn't win, so she can hide her corruption. But it didn't go that way. It didn't go that way. So it go on to say that could amount to criminal charges, including wire fraud, mail fraud, bank fraud, and false statements to a financial institution, among others, Pute added. The FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office in Albany didn't immediately return requests for comment Thursday. James' office declined to comment. I bet they did decline to comment. So we go on down right here. It says she has previously dismissed the allegation as baseless and claimed the referral was part of a revenge tour by the president because she brought civil fraud charges against him and his company, the Trump Organization. Which you see, that's the thing. They want to keep on saying revenge tour. Ma'am, your name is on the documents in New York. Your name is on the documents that you said that your father was your husband. And like I told her before, Donald Trump didn't bring this. It was a Democrat, Sam Antar, brung this and sent this to Pam Bundy and them. Donald Trump didn't go digging for this. So now she want to play it out by saying it's a revenge tour to try to get everybody on her side. No, you said that you hit Donald Trump with civil fraud charges when you are the real fraud. Now that you caught, now you want to make it seem like, oh, he just after me for revenge. He lying on me. No. So it's a Jane famously professed no one is above the law when she launched her investigation into Trump in 2019 that ended with a $454 million judgment against him and his real estate firm. The AG's office had retained high-powered attorney Ab David Lowell, one of Hunter Biden's top lawyers in the scandal-scarred First Son special counsel probe. Lowell was retained by the Attorney General's office rather than James in her personal capacity, according to a Times Union report, which means New York taxpayers will eventually foot the bill for her services. And that's what I went over yesterday, that she trying to use $10 million of taxpayer funds to pay her legal fees. And that ain't right. That right there shouldn't happen. Make her use her own money. She already in the stove. She's a thief. Even her tenants went off on her because they got roaches and bed bugs, paint peeling off the walls. But yet she got the audacity to say, I'm going to sue other landlords who don't take care of their tenants when you don't take care of your own tenants. Just don't make any sense at all. So it's a Democrats in Albany are expected to sign off on provision creating a $10 million slush fund state officials can tap into to cover any reasonable attorney fees and expenses incurred, including for probes not directly related to their employment. James plans to rely on both state funds and a private legal defense fund to fight the battle, a spokesman for her office told the Post on Wednesday. Lois said in a blistering letter to Bundy last month that the mortgage fraud allegations were nothing more than a merciless assault and Trump's revenge tour against the state top prosecutor. These baseless and long discredited allegations put to rest by my April 24th letter to the Department of Justice are certainly back in the news just days after President Trump publicly attacked Attorney General James, Lois said in a statement Thursday. Ain't it funny that they say that Donald Trump attacked James when this woman ran years attacking this man? This woman ran years attacking this man. When he say something back, oh, now he's attacking. Of course, Donald Trump gonna talk his nose. Of course, he gonna say something. This woman went after me. She tried to get me put in prison, have me pay a $500 million fine, and I can't say nothing? What? See, they be trying to, I can't stand this playing victim crap. It just don't make any sense at all. So, it's this appears to be political retribution President Trump threatened to exact that A.G. Bundy assured the Senate would not occur on her watch. If prosecutors are genuinely interested in the truth, we are prepared to meet the false claims with facts. So, I mean, now they just, pretty much just trying to play victim and make it sound like, oh, President Trump only going after her because she went after him. No, we ain't going for none of that. So I don't know. They can take that to somebody else. So it's last month, Americans First a Trump administration aligned legal watchdog group filed a complaint against James with the New York State Unified Court System Committee on Professional Standard, which oversees disciplinary matters for lawyers licensed in the state. Woo, boy, they want them licensed. If Ms. James has engaged in fraud by deceiving her lenders and the government to obtain financial benefits she would otherwise not be entitled to, then she has engaged in professional misconduct and violated her obligations as a lawyer and is subject to discipline by the New York Bar. AFL's April 24th letter reads. So that's the article right here. Now, this is what I wanted to show y'all right here. Now, Benny Johnson posted this. Salute to Benny Johnson. He said, breaking, Letitia James was just called out to her face at a town hall over allegations of mortgage fraud and her witch hunt against President Trump. She snapped and had the man thrown out. This is what the attendee said. Will you apologize to President Trump for wasting millions of dollars and the state of New York for a witch trial? And how does it feel to know that you will be in prison for mortgage fraud? And here go Big Tish. Everybody knows those allegations are baseless. They're discredited. So her favorite word right now is baseless. So every time they ask her something, it's just baseless. So I want y'all to check out this video of how this guy just absolutely destroyed Tish.
Yes, my question is for Tush James. Will you apologize to President Trump for wasting millions of dollars and the state of New York for a witch trial? And how does it feel to know that you will be in prison for mortgage fraud?
She sure wasted $10 million. She wasted a lot of money.
Thank you for coming.
And look at that. He just asked a question and they throwed him out. Okay, he didn't get up. He didn't charge at Tish. He didn't throw anything. He wasn't screaming. He asked a question and got thrown out. That is insane. Like, it's like they only want people in there that's going to listen to them, who going to believe her lies and agree with everything she say. But the person that disagrees with her, she throw him out. That don't make any sense at all.
We want to thank him for coming. We respect all opinions. Everybody knows those allegations are baseless. They're discredited. And so we want to thank him.
So they basically, but we got paperwork showing that you said that you married your own father and that you got 5 apartment buildings instead of 4. So how is it baseless? So like I said, she's just going to keep using this word salad crap like Letitia James and just keep saying, oh, it's baseless. But she don't want to talk about it, though. Now, y'all have to see this. Salute to DeVory Darkins. He said, because, Letitia James went on MSNBC, I guess this morning or yesterday. And it said that, he said, Jen Psaki struggles to ask Letitia James about the FBI opening up a criminal investigation into her mortgage fraud allegations. So let's check out this clip. And you know how it is. When it comes to one of their own, they don't push back. But when it comes to Trump, they got everything to say. They cut him off while he's talking. But when it's Big Tish, when it's one of them, they just let him talk, let him lie. And, of course, she loves to use These allegations are baseless. This is what she's telling everybody. So listen to this.
I have to ask you, I mean, there were reports today that the Justice Department has launched a criminal investigation into real estate transactions that you're involved with. I'm not validating that in any way, but I wanted to just ask you if you've received a formal notice of that at this point.
No, not at all. These allegations, Jen, are baseless. They have been discredited, refuted.
Ma'am, how have these allegations been refuted, and every time somebody asks you about it, you say you can't talk about it? So you done did about 4 interviews. Everybody that asked you, you said, I can't talk about it. So how have you refuted any of it? You keep saying the same thing. They're baseless. They're baseless. Baseless ain't giving an answer. Your name is on the paperwork. So, like, you ain't refuted nothing. You ain't did nothing.
There was a letter that was prepared by my attorney that was sent to Pam Bondi, the United States Attorney General. And it's unfortunate that President Trump publicly attacked me a few days ago.
Hey, whoa. You said Donald Trump publicly attacked you 4 days ago. Do you remember what you did to President Trump? You know what you ran on doing against President Trump? Why don't we just take a walk down memory lane?
What is fueling my soul right now is Trump.
Will you sue him for us?
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the ass.
I look forward to going into the office of Attorney General every day, suing him, and then going home.
He said I know my name personally.
I mean, this woman is a freaking liar. It don't make no sense how she just sits here and just lie and play victim. And this woman ran on saying, I'm going to get Donald Trump. I'm going to sue Donald Trump. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And when Donald Trump says something back, oh, he attacked me. Ma'am, you make this man pay $500 million, keeping him in cold courtrooms, smirking behind his back, yelling outside courthouses and stuff, how you going to get him and take him down. And now you want to play victim?
And as a result of that, he telegraphed to the Department of Justice and to FBI that I should be targeted.
Oh,
you see,
God.
This is nothing more than an extension of his revenge, his retribution, and he finally got up to the J's. And so I stand prepared to respond to these baseless attacks with facts. And we look forward, obviously, to further discussions with the Department of Justice or any other individual who leaked this material.
Oh, who leaked this material? See, that's the problem. She thought, like I mentioned before, she thought Joe Biden was going to win and she was going to continue to get away with her fraud while still going after President Trump. That's what she thought, but it didn't go that way. So I want to go into this, you know what I'm saying, with Jonathan Turley and Laura Ingraham kind of broke this down even more. So y'all go ahead and check out this clip real quick.
You were with us, I think, the night we broke the news that there was a potential criminal referral or a letter about New York Attorney General Letitia James over alleged mortgage fraud. And tonight we have even more news. Fox has confirmed that the Justice Department has officially opened up a criminal investigation into James's real estate transactions. Jonathan, what of this?
Well, Laura, as you know, the key here is that once you start that federal investigation, there's a lot of people and a lot of powers that can be brought to bear. This is what James herself did. She, you get an arguably credible basis for an investigation, and then you just look at everything. And so the danger for James is that the Department of Justice doesn't just focus on the initial criminality that's been alleged. If they see other possible criminality, they're allowed to pursue that. And so she has a great deal to be worried about as they go through these records.
And just about 20 minutes ago, she was speaking. She didn't address the investigation itself, but she did attack the administration. Watch.
Either we fight for our democracy, my friends, or we lose it. It's tyranny or oligarchy, and I refuse to accept either option. And I will not sit idly by and allow them to trample on your rights. You elected me to stand up and defend the Constitution and the rule of law. not to protect and defend a king.
She did go on to say that the allegations apparently are baseless. So she addressed that after that. But yeah, she's worried, clearly. So she's trying to, saying this is all political.
Yeah, and amplifying your message doesn't improve it. And I think part of the problem here is that what her team is saying is really quite laughable. Her lawyer and her team came out today and said, this is all revenge because Trump campaigned on pursuing his opponents. James ran for her office based on a pledge to bag Trump on anything. She didn't even bother to state the crime. She just said, I'll find something and fill that blank in later. And so it's just really otherworldly to hear her team now making that same argument. But she better be worried that these investigators might apply the Letitia James standard, because her view was anything filed under your name is yours, and you are responsible. And any contradictions apply against you.
All right, well, there we go right there. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think about this? Like I said before, I will keep this going as more information comes out, more news come out about Letitia James, because this woman needs to be in prison. Now she want to play victim. Donald Trump is going after me. And this woman ran on saying, I'm going to get Donald Trump for years. She did this for years. And now she want to play victim when it's all on her. So, like I said, thank you all for watching. Let me know, especially the ones that made it to the end. I really, really appreciate it, too. Thank y'all very much for that. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.